Welcome back to the first round, second game. The winners of that game, the Lyon County Lions. We have head coach Ryan Perry, student athletes Brady Shoulders, Jack Riddick, and Travis Perry. Coach, comments, please.
I did an interview before the game, and I pretty much described that game right there, exactly how it was going to play out. I knew exactly what we were going to get from Ashland Blazer. The more I hadn't watched him play but one time all season. But when we started digging in and watching film, I knew that it was going to be just like that. I mean, that's a really, really good Ashland Blazer team, really well coached. I knew they were going to be super, super prepared. Xander Carter's a great player, one of the best players in the state of Kentucky, regardless of class. Just a really good player, just a really tough matchup. And then the guys they've got around him are really good players too. Very, very physical. I knew the game was going to have a football feel to it. Those guys are strong and, they're smart. And I had our team, they knew that this was not going to be a 15 or 20-point win. If we won, it was going to be something like that, because that's a really good team right there. And you just don't, in situations like this, it's just hard to get much up on somebody like that. But I was super proud of our guys, back against the wall there, down 7 with 4 minutes or something to go. And these 3 seniors in particular, like there's, it's not just crazy pressure on them, and they may be putting the pressure on themselves, but to be here 3 years in a row and to be as hungry as these guys are to win a state championship for Lyon County, getting down 7 points with 4 minutes to go and a team like that, it's easy to fall into playing fast and taking bad shots and not getting in the right spots on defense. And I think we erased a 7-point deficit in like 55 seconds. And that's just what our team does. And I was just super, super proud of them. I couldn't be any more proud of those guys in that locker room.
Question in the back.
Yeah, for the guys, you're down 7, like Coach said, with about 5 minutes to go. Was there any panic going through your heads at that point, knowing, the situation and the atmosphere that you're in?
Honestly, for me, a little bit. I mean, you're sitting there on the bench. There's a timeout called. You're down 7. We scored 34 points the whole game. It's kind of like what was really going through my head was there's no way it's going to end like this. And, I'm happy it didn't. I knew that we were going to fight and do whatever we could. Luckily, the next play, they mishandled it. I was able to dive, get a steal, and it kind of just started the momentum for us. But, yeah, maybe a little bit of panic there, and I feel like that'll be good for the rest of the tournament for us.
Y'all weren't worried at all?
No. Oh yeah, I was a little worried, of course, but we put the pressure on, and I knew that I was going to turn them over, and we did just things to win.
We knew we've been in that spot before. Coaches really stacked the schedule to put us in that and get prepared for that position. I think we really dug down and came out on top.
On the corner over there.
Yeah, Ryan, you guys went into the break looking like you had a little momentum come out in the third quarter. Was it a matter of shots not falling, or did Ashland change something there at the beginning of the third?
Yeah, they were doing a pretty good job of doubling down on Brady pretty quick and trying to get the ball out of his hands. Like he was a little bit of a problem inside for him and got him in a little bit of foul trouble there early. But we were up 9 at the half, and I thought we came out with a sequence of plays that we felt like, if we got a couple stops, that we might be able to break the thing open. And it was the exact opposite. Ashland got a couple stops and then made a couple buckets, and it kind of went down from there. So I felt pretty good about where we were at halftime. Like, if somebody would have told us, and I told the guys at halftime, if somebody would have told us before the game, we'll give you a 9-point lead at halftime, will you take that? We had 100%, taken that and felt like we could hold on in the second half. But, credit to Ashland Blazer, those guys, man, they played hard in the second half, like so hard. Those guys at one point in time, with a couple minutes to go, whenever we were making that comeback, and there was just bodies flying all over the court. Like, if you can't appreciate that in high school basketball, you don't love the game, because guys just laying out everywhere, giving everything they had there for about a 4-minute stretch, and both teams wanted it really, really bad. I thought it was a really good just a really good second half of basketball, honestly.
Right here, corner.
Ryan, I hear, like, if you would address this, I'm sorry, but can you comment on the decision to put the ball in Brady's hands that last possession and what you like with that matchup?
Yeah, we had a good plan coming out of the second half, and it got crossed up, and I got on Brady pretty hard there in the second half. He had a spell at the beginning of the second half that wasn't his best basketball at all. But I never doubted that I was on you, wasn't I? I mean, I was on him, and he knew exactly what the situation was. But I felt like Brady was gonna get it done there, and I thought how hard he played down the stretch to right the wrong of if you watched the game, you saw the first part of the second half, and there wasn't a great start there for Brady, and so that's why I put the ball in his hands. I wanted to reward him for coming back and making it right, and he did. He put his team on his back there. These guys did, and he got the win for us. It's huge.
Hey, Brady, was there any scenario on that last play where the ball was coming out of your hands, or was what happened going to happen if they'd had 5 guys in the lane waiting for you?
We'd already planned that. We told Bray and Lucas that the game was going to be won on a dunker spot, and so we were really contemplating on if Xander was going to help off or not. And I think he sticked with Lucas pretty well, and I just shot it. And luckily, I got fouled because I don't think it was the best shot, but they helped off, and it ended up in the best situation.
Those guys have been, that's a credit to the coaches. Though, if you've watched us play all year, you've seen a lot of the stuff we do down the stretch when we're killing games and stuff out of 3-man weave sets and guys getting in the lane and hitting guys on dunker spots. The guys that are taking less shots, and those coaches had those guys. They didn't leave them. And we were banking on that they were going to leave them. We thought Brady, with 8 seconds, would get in the lane, and we were going to drop it on the block I thought we were going to drop it to Lucas, and it was going to be a layup at the buzzer. And I didn't think there would be anybody even close to him. But those coaches had those guys super, super prepared, and they knew they guarded it not like we thought they were going to guard it, did they?
No.
They guarded it the exact opposite. We figured they thought we'd put the ball in Travis's hands, and so we went away from that. But they were prepared for that. But Brady just made a game-winning play.
Right here.
Yeah, we'll keep you with Brady. State tournament games, man, you do well. What is it about the bright lights and Rupp Arena for you? And is your mindset the same this year as it has been in the past, or is it different now that you're a senior?
We really come out here and just play our own game, and we realize that it's a bigger court and we try to push the ball, but I think they had a really good game plan of slowing us down. So we really just had to sit down in the half court and play our own game. And I think we realized how important it is. It's a win or go home. So we're really giving it all we got. As you could see in the second half, we didn't back down from the 7-point deficit. And I think our boys understand what's on the line.
Travis, how pleasing for you on a game where maybe offense not as good as you would have wanted, but when you made that run, I think you had 2 steals and assists during that run.
Yeah, definitely. It's in these games, it's in high school basketball, it's not too hard to take one guy out of the game, and I feel like they did a really good job of that. Even when they went zone, 2 guys on my side were always over there. I got a couple semi-open threes, but I was shooting them from a little bit deeper in the NBA range. Wasn't hitting them. So it's always rewarding to be able to kind of change a game late in the game with a steal or dive on the floor. I mean, that's something that everyone likes to see. And, I feel like my teammates kind of fed off that first one. Like I mentioned, the ball's loose. Kid's kind of jogging to it, bends down. I just dove and stole it from him. We got a layup. Just stuff like that, I feel like can turn the game. And it's doesn't even have to translate to offense. So I was really happy with that.
Yeah, now you guys get 2 days or a day off before you play again. Considering how this game went, how important is it to kind of savor this win a little bit, because you know how hard it is to continue to play now?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. That extra day of rest, we haven't ever had that in the past with our draw. So we were really excited about if we could manage to to win today in advance and be able to capitalize on that, get a little practice time, and get ready for the next game. So it was huge. I mean, we wanted it really bad anyway, but that was extra motivation to get the good draw and the good times. I felt like I like our game times earlier in the day, and we can get some stuff done. At night, these guys can come back down and watch some games and stuff. So it was big to get that extra day of rest. That was huge.
I'm happy about it. We get to have a little bit of a day to let our heart rate go down a little bit. I know my heart was beating a little bit out there. I'm sure they were too. We went in the locker room. A couple of my teammates were sitting over there looking at me, just holding their chest. I mean, it's nerve wracking out there when you're watching what could potentially be such a great season just go down in a way you don't want it to. So yeah, I'm really excited that we kind of get another chance at it. And get a day to kind of regroup and get some rest and get ready for Friday.
Final questions. Coach Perry, congratulations to you and the Lyon County Lions, and good luck the rest of the way. Thank you, gentlemen. Like to stay up here. Okay. We have the Ashland Blazer Tomcats head coach Ryan Bonner, student athletes Asher Atkins, Nate Freeze, and Xander Carter. Coach, comments?
Gritty, tough, physical basketball game. Thought our guys defensively executed our game plan to perfection, holding them to 45 points, 44% from the field, and 12% from three. I could not have literally asked for any more from this bunch defensively, and they've done that all year. Unfortunately, the turnovers I think were the difference, especially after we made that run. They responded with really pressuring us and created some offense off that. And the obviously the 2 free throws late in the game for them. Hats off to them. Fantastic basketball team, one of the best we've played all year. I knew we would come in here and have a chance to win it though. And we did. Just like I said, a few too many turnovers, especially late when we needed those possessions.
Questions from the media?
Coach, kind of what was the plan on Travis? You didn't look like you let him have many open shots at all.
Yeah, we've guarded guys like Travis all year long, not to that caliber of player. But we are big on those matchups, on eliminating space. And Braxton Jennings did a phenomenal job of that. And our switches were very effective as well. We wanted really tight switches onto him. But everything was about eliminating his space and then taking away his transition opportunities. They were averaging 85 points a game coming into this, and a lot of those were early in the possession where they're just chucking one up to him and making a play. I think they only had one of those tonight. And our goal as a team coming into this game was 2 or less transition baskets. Is that realistic? I think so with the way this team defends. But yeah, I mean, when you're playing when you're playing an elite shooter, it's all about space. Okay. And offense is all about finding space and defense is all about taking it away. And that was our primary mission with him. And then, when we hopped in that zone, it's the same concept. Once we hopped in the zone, it's, hey, don't let him shoot where he catches. He's got to either put it down and then go into a shot. He's got a shot fake and sidestep, but he can't have any rhythm threes. And I thought we did a good job of that.
Coach, Ryan said you all defended that last play perfectly.
Yeah.
And, they were hoping Brady would draw a double team and dump off to the Ducker spot. How'd you see y'all defend that play?
Well, we wanted Nate we didn't want him pressing up on Brady in that possession. We wanted him to take the last one because we know Brady's a really good athlete and we didn't want him going by Nate. We trusted that Nate could chest him up in the paint and force a tough 2, which I thought he did. We just got a call that didn't go our way. But yeah, I mean, defensively, we've been elite all year, and I think that's what's got us to this point. Just couldn't get over the hump when we needed to. But yeah, Nate did a good job of just letting him get into the paint, but giving him nothing easy and chesting him up and making him finish one over top.
Want to ask her about the third quarter. What was kind of the key for that comeback? And you were kind of showing some emotion there in that third quarter.
Right. Well, with a team like this, it's obviously win or go home. We're playing at the highest level. Coaches implemented, we got to come out, stop, score, stop. And we got to be more tougher. The tougher team's going to win the game. And so, I just try to make a statement, me personally, stepping in front of shoulders, taking a charge, trying to get any loose ball that I could, diving on the floor. So, I just really think this team showed its heart, that we're willing to compete with anybody in the state. And, we're not going to run from anybody. And that was my goal, trying to set the tone for the second half.
Final questions? Okay.
For the seniors, Asher and Nate, what's it just like being part of 6 straight region championships and kind of ending your season at Rupp Arena?
Man, it's great. You know, it's an honor to play here. It's, you know, something that a lot of little kids dream of. I was one of those little kids that dreamed of it. And to come here and just compete at the highest level against, you know, the best teams in the state, there's no feeling like it. And, you know, to go and play a team like that and, you know, play the way we did and come out and I mean, I think we definitely should have beat them. But I mean, playing a team like that, there's nothing better. And especially playing against a guy like Travis Perry, nobody gets to play against people like that and can say they played against the all-time leading scorer in the state. So it's special. It's special, and I love being here. I wish I could come back and do it again, but dice didn't roll our way. So yeah, for me, I'm just so grateful that God has blessed this program with 6 straight region championships in a row. Me personally, 5. With that being said, you know, I had a lot of experience when it comes to playing on this floor and being around a successful group of players. So, man, it is just really a blessing that God's given me and this team of being able to be here and compete 5 times in a row for me. I'm just thankful for the coaching staff, for these teammates, my brothers, man. So, you know, we hate that it didn't go our way, but that's just how life goes sometimes. And you know, like Coach Bonner said in the locker room, you know, this isn't a defining moment for us. Years down the road, he feels like we're going to be the successful people that we have shown in the classroom, weight room, and then on the practice floor. So just looking forward to the future.
And on that note, congratulations to the Ashland Blazer Tomcats and you as well, Coach Bonner.
Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
Thank you.